Hey folks, welcome back. My hair is a mess. We are currently in the midst, look at that. It's like a flock of seagulls over here. We're currently in the midst of a 100-degree heat wave. It got up to 115 yesterday here in the Central Valley, in the Stockton, Modesto area where I currently reside. What do you do when it's 100 plus degrees out, unless you're from Vegas or Phoenix and you're used to the heat? Here in the Central Valley, it should be in the 80s mid-September, but no. We're dying of heat stroke, so we're staying indoors with the window unit AC and box fan ablazing and watching movies that we've collected on video cassette to review just for you and expose people to obscure content that they may not have known about. Maybe they're looking to watch something, but they don't know what to watch, and they're looking for just some regular dude on the internet to tell them, check this out and not that. So my YouTube channel is going to be on hiatus probably coming up because I have iPhone issues and I have storage issues, and I film all my content on a channel. That's why there was that weird glitch. I don't know what to do. I plug my phone into my desktop PC. It won't communicate. It won't move things over. It used to be in the days of old that you plugged your iPhone into a computer and it would just start moving the data over. But now I'm paying all this money per month for iCloud storage, and it's a problem. I should get a camera with a removable flash drive, a removable SD card, and start recording on that. So we're going to take advantage of what little space we have left and review 1937 MGM Studios Captain's Courageous. I picked this up in Stockton at the Hope Chest thrift shop on Pacific in the Miracle Mile a couple of weeks ago. It is a 1990 VHS release of this black and white film. This is available on DVD. It came out in 2006 on DVD based off of the quick research that I did. But I'm not a big fan of the clamshell cases because they won't fit on my DVD/VHS shelf. They're just a little too tall. But I love these early MGM releases with the metal foil label and the red writing for the title. And this one has some other ordering information there. These older VHSs from the late 80s, early 90s are just really high quality. This one has a runtime of 117 minutes. And I've got my little cheat sheet here typed up on the old Smith Corona, as we're going to go over this. What's blocking the camera? We're going to go over this movie in quick summarization. So this movie was directed by Victor Fleming. It debuted at the Carthy Circle Theater. I believe Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs debuted there in 1939, 2 years later. That was kind of where Disney did a lot of their debuts, but it was a popular Los Angeles area theater that's sadly no longer there. So this was originally an 1897 Rudyard Kipling novel. I believe, just off the top of my head, The Jungle Book is also a Rudyard Kipling famous story. But the novel took place at the time it was written in 1897. They adapted this to the year 1927. Although the movie came out in 37 and all the cars in the movie are cars from the late 30s, so they kind of messed up on that, keeping it period correct. But besides that, it was awesome. So the movie stars Spencer Tracy playing this fisherman, a Portuguese fisherman named Manuel Fidelo, I don't know. And then the captain of this fishing boat is played by Lionel Barrymore, that I always think of as Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life, but he was a big prolific actor from the 20s and 30s. He plays the captain, Disco Troop, and his son in the movie was played by Mickey Rooney, who was a big child actor from the 30s. What else? The child actor, the character's name is Harvey Cheyenne, but he's played by this child actor, Freddie Bartholomew. Great performance. And the movie was filmed on location. The sailing vessel was set out of Gloucester, Massachusetts, and it was also filmed in Nova Scotia and the Outer Banks. And it's just impressive with the technology that they had at the time. all the seascapes, the sea shots of the ship sailing at sea were all beautifully done. And they had little dory boats that they'd go out. They'd set out from the main sailing ship in the little dory boats to go deep sea fishing. These were commercial fishermen in the 20s. And like I said, black and white. The acting was superb. I feel like this point in time, they had really good character actors. You didn't necessarily need to be the main actor, but like they cast this movie very well. The whole premise of this movie, it was marketed as an adventure story. It's about this little snot-nosed kid, the Harvey Cheyenne kid. His mom has been long deceased, and he's got the single dad who's just like this industrial tycoon of his own company and kind of neglectful. Sends his boy off to boarding school, doesn't really have a lot of stability from the family life. He is very spoiled, has butlers and servants, and very entitled. And I want to say this movie kind of fits into that coming of age genre. And I feel like they don't make movies like this anymore that just have an installation of good values, good work ethic, be a good person, treat people fairly. It just is a very positive movie. It even had like Christian Catholic messaging as well. It was a very wholesome family movie that I would highly recommend. So IMDb 8 out of 10 score, Rotten Tomatoes 94%, Google user reviews were 89%, and this movie was nominated for Best Picture in 1938. Spencer Tracy did win Best Actor, even though he's not Portuguese. I feel like, I don't know, it just passed to me as like an ethnic person, a white guy playing like an ethnic role. It just felt very good. And he did win that Best Actor award. And I am going to give this movie 5 out of 5. It's filmed great. A lot of these movies are super from the time period, the 30s. They don't really capture my interest. I feel like it's just a different point in time. But there are certain standouts to me. And like, you know, Spencer Tracy was like a prolific actor from the time period, the 30s. And I believe he died in 1967. So it's just one of those movies where like the friend relationship between the two main characters is just, I was literally crying my eyes out, and my 5-year-old kid was like, this movie's really sad. And I'm just like, no spoilers. It's a tearjerker. I feel like this is a movie my mother would love. These are the types of movies my mom likes, just really feel-good, classic black and white movies. And I grew up watching these types of movies. I'd never heard of it until I stumbled upon it, and I thought, oh, Spencer Tracy. I love movies that are like oceanographic type of stuff. I've always been into the sea. Yeah, I just really can't recommend this movie enough. MGMUA, great books on video. So I guess there was a whole series because it kind of looks like a book, the way they marketed it. I'll have to look into that and see what other movies they kind of had in this VHS run of, okay, let's see. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it. I'll leave that up to the viewer. I recommend it. Like I say in every video, watch it yourself. Tell me if you enjoyed it as well in the comments. Nobody ever does. My base of viewers is not great enough. And the only interaction I ever usually get is someone tearing me down and being totally negative and disagreeing with my opinion. Which, that's fine. You could do that too. We could have a dialogue, although I usually probably not going to get back to you, but... And I do have time, but I got 4 kids. What can I say? I'm a busy guy. I just do this more for a hobby on the side. And I'm currently sitting in a room with no air conditioning, and it's 100 degrees outside. So on that note, we will see you next time.